Yeah, we're live. Well, I gotta go bring up YouTube. Okay, put that over here. Yeah, sure. Hey, look at that. It's live.
AZ's here, first thing.
Morning, AZ.
And Justin's here too.
No, Justin. What? No, Justin, no Trevor. Oh, Justin's coming in. Oh, okay. Well, I was over there looking. Yeah. And Trevor. Well, it took Trevor a little longer to get here. He's got farther to travel than AZ.
the That little extra attention must have done the trick because she's overeating her dinner now,
Yeah, yeah.
eating her breakfast.
Sometimes that's all it is. They want attention. There he is. Finally.
Trevor, hello, hello.
So
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
that's good.
It's a Wednesday. It's a rainy day.
Yeah.
Rain on and off here. It's no rain right now, but they're supposed to get rain in Point Edward, which is just across the river,
Yeah.
somewhere around 10 o'clock. But I haven't looked at the weather radar lately.
There's some bit of snow in the area too, but
Well,
there's
when
only
when I
40.
put her out last night, she went out and it was spitting small little pellets of ice.
Oh,
Yeah.
David. Oh, I sent you a link last night, David, but I guess you must have went to bed.
And there's Laura. Well, see, they finally got that ship unstuck.
Yeah, about 7 or 8 o'clock last night.
Yep.
They were announcing it on marine traffic that the ship was being escorted to shore. So,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard a report as to why, whether it lost steering or it lost power or whatever. I don't know.
Nobody's saying anything, but I had a laugh. That one tugboat was on the front, had a big long strap on it, and all of a sudden, bang! You hear it snap.
Yeah,
Then he go around to the other side of the ship, and then he had to push on it. So, but it's funny how they took the back of that ship, went around and come back, and then back around again, and it finally broke it loose. They were just pushing their dirt around, I think, with the ship. Eh?
yeah, went aground.
Yeah.
What's up, Laura?
Laura,
Hey, Mudball. Well, I know what I meant to go check. I was waiting for some email. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was the last one, Broadland. Okay.
So I see your little pupper dog last night was pretty much all over you, huh? Justin?
He's on me all the time. He never leaves me alone.
He's such a cute little bugger.
Especially when nobody's home. Yeah, that's when he gets really clingy. All right, let's see.
Like, he likes to get right up here on your shoulder and kind of cuddle you, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes right to bed.
So does he get under your covers and sleep or what?
Oh yeah, he burrows under the covers. He he gets a little bit of a pain sometimes because he's constantly down by your feet, moving around and
The hell's going on here? Okay, so what we'll do is go a different way. What is it? Okay, go here, print. Yeah, ready to print.
Do you guys get this kind of horse shit all the time on your computers? See, I'm screen sharing it. Paul Murray notice. Emergency. Problem in your system. Remove now. And then it gives this link.
yeah, because it's just trying to scam you. It's just a scam.
And I don't dare click on it, do I?
No, just delete it. It's just bullshit. There's just some Indian scammer trying to get you to click on there, and then they'll call you and tell you your computer's full of viruses.
Okay,
I wouldn't call them hackers, Nunya, because you have to willingly let them into your system, but you do it unknowingly,
so they're like out there trolling you.
pretty much. They're just
Yeah.
phishing. It's more phishing than hacking. Hacking is somebody who actually breaks into your system without any. You're not going to have to help them at all. I would say that's more phishing because you're going to willingly let them into your system. Yeah, like David said, they're phishing emails.
Oh, I get them all the time. I just,
Anything like that, just ignore it because Microsoft's not going to contact you and tell you got a virus on your computer.
yeah, but usually if you said you lost a PC, but wouldn't that be just on your hard drive, not on your thing? Couldn't you just take the hard drive, throw it away, put a new one in? And...
I don't know. I'm not that technical.
He was asking, none of you.
Yeah. Because it would be on the hard drive. If you took the hard drive, threw it away, because it won't go onto your memory card, I don't think, or your other stuff. So,
see, because most likely that link probably wouldn't do anything. What it would do is to redirect you, and then they're going to call you on the phone and say, "Oh, download this program." It might be like Quick Assist, something like that.
yeah.
And they're going to gain access to your computer remotely, and then they'll start going through all your files, and
Yeah.
then they'll tell you that you have to pay, $1,000 to get for them to fix your computer.
And no way are they going to fix your computer.
No, and then they're going to tell you to go to the store and get gift cards or something stupid like that.
You know what? Maybe it's just me. Maybe when I was a lot younger, I didn't think life was as complicated as the electronic age has made it our lives more complicated.
Yeah, I mean, guess you can't catch a virus from a book, right?
Yeah. Well, back years ago, I don't know if you've ever seen them or not, but you used to have one here. You want a free Coca-Cola holder. You click on this site, and you clicked on it, and your CD-ROM popped out, so you set your Coke on it, right?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that one.
And then there was one from Australia. It says here, there's something from down under. So you click on it, and the fucking screen went upside down, eh? But as soon as you touch something, it went right back to where it was. It's supposed to belong.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like nefarious or anything. It was just a joke somebody did.
Joke, yeah. All need a Kit Boga in his life. What's a Kit Boga?
No
Yeah.
idea. Max is high again. Don't mind him.
Hey, Max. Good morning.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to make an appointment today for dentist. So,
I went around with the zero turn yesterday, Paul, and mulched a little bit. And now I look out there today and it's all full of leaves again. What the hell?
Yeah, I got to go down to Diane's. I got to do the same thing. I got my front yard. I got to do it too. I should have. Guy come around yesterday. After he left, I went, fuck. Guy was trying to make money. He had a rake in his hand, wanted to know, rake up your leaves and stuff. But
oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it just you're lucky that you had somebody that came around and asked that.
Yeah.
My situation is when we were kids, we were all out trying to hustle some money.
Yeah.
Kids today don't do that.
Yeah. I used to go around with a snow shovel in the winter.
Yep. Snow shovel after every snowstorm, rake leaves, or with a lawnmower, push a lawnmower around, you know. And nope, you know, this doesn't happen anymore. And I've got a lot of young kids around here that they play their video games and that's it. And mommy and daddy provide everything else.
what's up, Mike? Donald, how's it going?
Hey, Mike, Night Train.
He's got apples still falling off his tree. Wow.
Was that, what do you call that? You losing brain power or there's actual apples falling off the trees? You know, they still got apples falling off my tree.
I would imagine since it's fall and it's gotten so cold, any apples that are left. I used to have an apple tree out in the backyard too. And you were always they were the little small green ones, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Always there was apples on the ground.
Okay, they're night train. Real red apples. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
You're right,
sometimes
Nanya remembers 30 years ago when he was a kid, he used to make $100 for candy back 30 years ago. Well, you know what I used to hate about the apples from the apple tree is because I had to mow the lawn, and that was a push mower, and it would you slice them apples up all over the place. The next thing you know, then you had a swarm of bees out there, and oh man. Yep, she cleaned her bowl right up, Paul.
cleaned it right up finally.
Cleaned it. You could just pick that bowl up and put it on the shelf. It's just that clean.
Yep.
You got to go outside. Huh?
They say dog's mouth or tongue is cleaner than a human. So, yeah.
Man, I need that passcode so I can make this appointment.
Yeah. What? Oh, go ahead.
Come on. There we go.
Yeah, Lord, you got to watch when you're pushing LOL there, what letters you're pushing. Okay. Yeah, Bader's around here. Gracie's here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I needed. Okay. I need to know what dentist to go to. Jackass, come on.
Yeah,
there we go.
last night I have a light that I can flick on switch on the wall, and there's a rack across the top where it's got these little light,
Oh, those are expensive to run.
and yeah, it's no good anymore. It stopped.
Get the LED version of it.
I don't know what it doesn't even have a make on it.
Okay, so we go here.
So I figured what I'd have to do is go to the hardware store, take it in, and say, "Hey, I want to replace this. What do you got?"
Yeah. But get the LED version of it. They don't use half the power.
Are they as bright?
Oh, yeah, just as bright. Yeah. Well, see, you can get bright white, like a dull white or whatever you want. There's different versions of
Well,
LED.
because it's a rack across here, and for some reason the ones it had place for two of them. They were on a T-bar like,
Yeah.
and the one broke off.
Yeah.
So it's just got the one light now, and so it's over top of my stove, and it kind of just lights that area up because it's so dark. You got a wall, and you got the oven and the stove and the microwave, and
It was like my kitchen there. You stand at the sink, the light's behind you, so you got a shadow where you're working. So I put LED lights up in the ceiling. I put 6 of them up there, and I just turn that on. And it's nice and bright right where the sink is. And
yeah. See, what do I have over top of my sink? Yeah, I got the same situation. I've got. Man. Yeah, I got the same thing. I got LED lights that I put in there years ago, Paul. But what they
Yeah.
are is there's several LEDs in a row like this, and they're stacked. Probably should replace those too. Because what I could do is I probably could go to the light switch and put in a rheostat in the where you can turn it up and turn it down, right?
Well, if you get an LED one, you got to make sure it's dimmable.
Well, I haven't done anything with those lights in years. This
Yeah.
is the first time. This is the first time the bulb it failed. Yeah, that's right, Nunya. That's what I found is the LED lights last longer, use less electricity, but they give you less lumens.
Yeah. Depends which one. You can get one white light, but you can also get, see, there's,
Hey, Dave Innes.
hey, let me see if we can get to your light. They're dimmable.
Well, and then I also thought maybe I just replaced the thing that's up there,
Yeah.
because half of it is broken,
A lot of those is like a track lighting because those things they got to go up sideways and then you turn them and they lock in, right?
Yeah, I think that's what this is, but I tried to unscrew the base and it didn't want to unscrew
Oh, yeah.
because it's a block.
Yeah.
And I think it's been there so long it didn't want to screw, but it's got screws into holding it up, so I could just probably take it down and replace it. But I don't know where I'd look for a replacement. Probably Amazon, or would you just go for your local hardware store?
I had to figure out if it's a 4 inch, 5 inch, how wide the bulb is, or whatever.
Is that what it is? Is how wide this bulb is?
Yeah. 'Cause it's got,
And it's just right straight across, right?
yeah, it's usually just straight across. Hey, Dave, good morning. Well, 3 inches or 4 inches?
2.5 to 3 inches.
Well, 3 inch one. Yeah. There's a lot on Amazon there, so just get a, yeah, that's a soft white, but that's 3000 K. That's dimmable. 6 watt, 38-degree spotlight dimmable. The 6 pack is $26, and that's dimmable for 6 of them, for God's sake. Okay, but that's a soft white. You probably want something that's brighter white.
Bright white, yep. I guess it's probably best if I went into a hardware store, right?
Yeah, somebody might be able to help you better.
Well, what I'm thinking is I could order it on mail, but I
May not be the right one.
want to get the same bulbs for over top of the sink too, because it's got two. It's
Yeah.
got the LEDs there, but they seem to be a bit bigger bulb.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 5,000 K daylight white, which is, that's bright. Screw base 6-pack for $17.59. That's Canadian, so got the product dimensions 6.3, 6.3, 9.7. Long. So 6.3 centimeters. So 10 centimeters is 4 inches. So that's got to be close to being what you want. I got a tape measure here. Oh, this one's old, may not have the centimeters on it. Inch ones. I don't have a. Let me see.
How many centimeters to an inch?
6. That's millimeters. What centimeters? That's inches on the bottom. So
Morning, Rodney Bell. Rodney Bell is in the chat, Paul.
millimeters. So 6. So that would be 2 3/4.
Yeah, that's about what this is, 2 3/4.
Past 2.5. Like, yeah, something like that. About that big. Yeah.
How you doing, Rodney? I hope everything's good with you over there on the East Coast.
Because I know 10 centimeters is 4 inches, so it's got to be 2.5 centimeters, 2.54 centimeters. Like you said, the best thing you take it to a hardware store and you get the right one, Paul.
Well, the only thing I was thinking is maybe I could replace that fixture, but it doesn't seem to want to. And I don't want to break it because what it's square based, and it's like, and you can actually pivot the.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about, but yeah, they just go up in there and they turn and lock in right into the track.
That's what I kind of thought, but maybe it's just been up there so long that it doesn't. I can't do that.
All right. I had to make my appointment. Fucking, they don't have nothing open till February.
Oh, Jesus.
I made it anyway. I'm on a cancellation list, so if they get something sooner, they'll call me. So. And I got to go to Lake Wales because the Winter Haven office, they're not taking new patients because they don't have any hygienists.
Did you make your appointment there, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, February.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing open until February.
February. Wow.
It's all right. It's only a couple months away. Not too bad. As long as I got an appointment made and I'm ready to go.
Rodney says, hey, yeah, he got distracted by work. Hey, Rodney.
So I called the other day. I found out they cover everything but root canals, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing they don't cover. For some reason, that's the one thing they don't cover.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I didn't think you guys covered anything. So, because last time I had insurance for you guys, all you covered was 2 teeth cleanings a year. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they redid it all now, and so now they cover everything.
Hmm.
And you can even get one free set of dentures in your lifetime from them.
Oh,
You know, they don't cover implants and root canals. That was the two things they don't cover. Because they consider implants a want, not a necessity. And plus, we all know those are expensive as shit. So,
okay, Randy. Have a good one. Catch you later.
I don't have to pay anything. None of it's free. Yeah, I want to go get that tooth looked at back here and just kind of get a whole overlook on my mouth and see what I need done. If I got any cavities, anything like that. I definitely have to get that tooth pulled back here, though. And she asked me, she's like, would you like to use our pharmacy here in the office or your own pharmacy? Like, why the hell would I want to go somewhere else? Just let me use yours. It's like, well, what's the point of me driving halfway across town to go to another pharmacy when I can just get the medication from you? I need it. I'm not loyal to a specific pharmacy. I can care less.
Yeah, Paul, here's the one that was broken off. So old.
Oh, yeah.
It went in there and twisted.
Yeah, you go in there and they twist and they lock, but
Yeah, I'll be glad when I get that tooth pulled out, though.
That what you got to do? Get a tooth pulled?
Well, then whatever else I need done, they're gonna have to overlook my whole mouth, I guess.
That's what Lynn had.
What's up, Mark Darrell?
You know, the other thing I could do is just probably replace that fixture, but I don't know. Sad part is I have to get up on a step stool to get to it. And I'm, kind of tippy.
no.
All I need to do is fall.
Well, I'm not gonna fix it myself. Fuck that, I'm not ripping a tooth out. Although last time it was infected, I was damn near ready to pull it out, but I didn't. I'll tell you, abscess tooth is one of the worst pains ever.
Oh, yeah. The infection. Yep. And it gives you a lot of pressure besides the pain.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
usually you get an antibiotic, for it and it'll clear it up and
Yeah,
help
but
hold. Wow.
those first 2-3 days though are the worst. So
Well,
because
growing
it
up,
takes 2 or 3 days.
I was lucky and unlucky at the same time. I was lucky. My mother's brother, my uncle, was a local dentist. But that also made me unlucky because I used to go to the dentist all the time and they'd pull teeth and move teeth and do this and do that. And I used to hate that.
No, the back tooth can't be fixed. That's a wisdom tooth anyway. They usually yank those when they act up anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't have the spark anymore. I got rid of that.
Yeah, I'd get a toothache or something in the middle of the night. Next thing you know, I'm in the car and they're taking me to my uncle's office and he meets us there and either drills and fills or pulls, yanks and cracks or whatever,
So you were lucky enough to have an uncle as a dentist.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's lucky, but yes.
Well,
He's passed away now, but yeah, my Uncle Bob.
no, but what I'm saying is like to have a doctor or somebody like that in the family is not a bad thing because that could save you a lot of money.
Right.
having an uncle or somebody as a dentist, you'd be able to get in there and get your tooth fixed without having to
Oh
probably
yeah, I
pay
mean,
anything.
I remember spending lots of time in the dentist office because I had soft teeth, and that's why I don't have very many teeth left. Because they used to just, I used to get cavities out the butt. It didn't make a difference how much brushing you did or how much flossing or whatever.
No, it's my top back tooth up here is like just half gone. It's like all rotting out, so that needs to come out completely.
It's got to
So
come out. And Nanya says, shout out to Uncle Bob in heaven. Yep. Yeah. And AZ says, wisdom, yes, pull it.
they don't try to save wisdom teeth. If anything's going on with those, they just yank them. Especially as an adult. I mean, they don't.
Night
fuck
Train
around with
says
those.
it's probably infected from all the Twinkie cream you've been putting in your mouth.
I've had one Twinkie in like a last month, and everybody keeps saying that.
Nanya said it cost him 700 bones, $700 for a dude to yank it out.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's not cheap getting a tooth pulled. You'll pay three to 300 to 1,000 depending on where you live and the prices in that area and all that. Like I said that insurance that I got, the only thing it doesn't cover is wisdom or root canal, and it doesn't cover implants. It's the only two things it don't cover. I don't have to pay anything out of pocket, so figure I might as well use it while I got it.
AZ spent over 2K to fix his.
I didn't even sign up for that shit neither. They just gave it to me
Huh?
2 years ago. Never signed up for it.
Huh?
I just got an insurance card in the mail from Blue Cross Blue Shield. Said you're on free insurance. I said okay. Even though I had insurance through my job, I already had it, and I've been on it for 2 years, and they just keep giving it to me every year. I never signed up for it or anything. I don't know how the fuck I even got it. But I was already paying for insurance through my company. I don't need to. I'm not doing that.
Trevor says, Justin, try your DIY dentistry.
DIY, you do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Why would I do it myself if I can go to the dentist?
Yeah, especially since you've got insurance that covers it. You wouldn't. That's why wait and
No,
get the appointment.
I'm taking advantage of what I got because, like I said, I didn't even. So they gave me that government insurance. I never signed up for it. They gave it to me 2 years ago. I was working and paying for my own insurance. Got the card in the mail. I called them up. I said, "Why am I on it?" They said, "Oh, you were randomly selected." I was like, "Okay." They didn't give it to Sarah. They
Huh?
just they told me I was randomly selected for insurance. I said, "Okay." I said, "But I'm paying for it through work." And they said, "Oh, well, you can just use that as like a supplement insurance if you want." Like, oh, screw that. I'm not paying for it no more if I don't have to.
Yeah,
Hell,
no,
I had to cancel that shit the next time the open enrollment rolled around. I canceled that shit. It's like, I'm not paying for an insurance I'm not even going to be using. But to this day, they can't give me a straight answer on why I got it. They just said I was randomly selected.
AZ says, doesn't Sarah know how to use pliers?
yeah.
I mean, would you trust your wife with the tools around your mouth, David?
Yeah, there are plenty of YouTube how-to videos.
Like I said, if I don't have to pay for it and I can go get it done, then I might as well just do that. take advantage of it while I can. Because it's rare for somebody middle aged to not have to pay for dental work.
Right.
See, because it used to only cover like 2 years ago. When I first got the insurance, I called them and said, "Well, what do you guys cover as far as dental?" Because I wanted to get my teeth looked at a couple years ago, and they were like, "Oh, the only thing it covers is two cleanings. That's it." Well, apparently the state changed it, and they said, "Well, you guys have to start covering everything except for if it's considered a want, but you have to cover all necessary procedures." So they changed it. Now they cover everything. But like I said, the only two things they don't cover, root canals. I'm not sure why they don't cover that. And implants, I understand why they don't cover those because that's like, ridiculous amounts of money to get those done. You're talking $20,000 to $40,000 a full set of implants in your mouth. But they'll give you a free set of dentures if you need it. You get one free set. So
Trevor says there's no fun in using a professional.
no, screw that. No, see, I'm afraid that even if I was to get in there with a pair of pliers, I don't think there's much for those pliers to grab onto.
Not much, yeah, because they probably got to go down inside by the gums,
And whatever's left there is probably going to break off.
Brittle. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, I got an appointment on the 13th of February at 11 a.m. So go in there then, unless they put me on the cancellation list. So if somebody cancels early, I'll get in earlier. But I have to go to Lake Wells, which isn't too bad. It's only like a 20-minute drive, if that. 15, 20 minutes. That's true, Mark. A lot of people a lot of people go down to Mexico here to have it done. David was telling me about that. Guess he knew a couple people that went down there and had implants put in for like a quarter of the cost. I mean, $1,500. Yeah, what's a $1,000 plane ticket? A few nights there, a few days there, and then come back. Still gonna save a shit ton of money. But you also take kind of a chance, you go into a random country like that and having that done. I don't know how good their medical practices are there. I'd be a little wary about that. But at that price, it would be enticing. That's not even that many implants, David. That's only 5. It's not even half of a row of teeth. What's up, Donald?
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Donald.
So, Justin, you're gonna get one taken out, or
As far as I know, just that one needs to come
it's a
out.
wisdom tooth? Is what we're talking about, or
Yeah, it's the top right hand side, all the way to the back.
I had, yeah, I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out the same day. So,
Well, and it was fine like 6, 8 months ago, and then all of a sudden it just boom started rotting away really quickly. over the last 6 months, and now it's like half gone already. So that's why I was trying to get in to get it so I can get this tooth pulled out. Luckily, I called 2 weeks ago and checked into my insurance again, found out that they covered it. So that's why I made the appointment today so I could go in.
Eat food. It's not yet.
Like I said, I don't even know how the fuck I even got on that insurance. Never signed up for it. They just gave it to me. Told me I was randomly selected. Sarah even looked into it because that's what she does all day is insurance shit, and she can't even figure out why they gave it to me.
Hmm.
I don't know. 2 years ago, I got a Blue Cross Blue Shield letter in the mail with the insurance card. I was already paying for it at work. So what you up to today, Don?
I'm sore. I had my first real shift last night at new job, and I'm old.
Where'd you start at?
Walmart.
Oh, you went back. You finally got back over there. Okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
you got.
The
You
entire
working
place is
overnights?
different, and I'm working evenings, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 10 o'clock,
Oh yeah, second shift.
and part time.
Well, they
But
say it's part time, but they'll give you full time hours.
I would hope. But
They always do that. They'll hire you as
actually,
part time, but you'll
I'm
get
not sure I want it. I guess it'd be better to have it. I'll probably get used to it. But man, that first shift, I came home sore.
Yeah, I bet.
Working in dairy, so
Oh, I love working dairy.
I
Those
didn't
are-
mind in the dairy cooler. They're like, it's cold in here. I'm like, no, this feels like
Feels
a winter
pretty
day
good.
when you're actually working outside on a winter day and it's a great temperature. The freezer was a bit much.
Oh yeah, the deep freezer sucks. It's like 32 below zero in there though.
Yeah. But today
Cold.
I'm exporting right now I'm exporting a video for my ex-employer. He did a presentation, or the people did a presentation for marijuana distribution and marketing for it. And I went there and recorded, just put a GoPro up. I didn't do any actual pro recording. And he did this little Zoom call, and he sent me the video, and in it, I just kind of pieced it together, did a multicam with it. But oh my gosh, he recorded his audio for Zoom just off of his AirPods.
Uh-huh.
Horrible.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Uh,
I repaired it as best I could, and I improved it a lot. I told him next time you're doing a presentation, you're going to want to have it professionally done. I will come in, I'll bring my audio gear, I'll bring 2 cameras, we will shoot it right, and we'll get it done, but you'll have to pay me.
yeah, worst case scenario, you need at least a lapel mic on. Because the thing is like no matter even the real expensive headphones these days,
Mhm.
that's one thing they still have not gotten good on is the microphones still
Yeah,
sound like
everything
shit.
it sounded like everything was underwater.
Yeah, just muffled.
Well, not only that, it was just digitized, where he was losing his Bluetooth connection on him.
Yeah, that's something they say. Even the expensive ones still aren't good at doing.
But yeah, I did that whenever I worked there. He had another presentation that I recorded for him where I did mic him up, and
Well,
I told him I'd go over there and do it, but I wasn't gonna, without getting paid, I wasn't gonna do anything more than just put a GoPro up.
don't blame me. Gotta make some money.
but we're hoping he gets us polished. They're trying to get some marketing business for different distributors here in Missouri. Since weed is legal here, we got all kinds of dispensaries. And so if they get any production business from that, they'll be aiming it towards me. So that would be nice.
I swear the government needs to just go ahead and decriminalize that shit. Be done with it. They've already told the states they can make their own decision.
Mhm.
30 something states have already legalized it. It's like, Jesus, like how much more does it need to be legal before you give up on it? You turn it into a business anyway, guess what? Your street dealers, your Mexican cartels bringing it over the border, all that shit's going to end because it's going to all be done by corporations. They're not going to need them to come over and do anything.
I got a couple scripts just came in for shoot for a car lot that I'm doing Friday, 2 commercials. So that's good. I'm waiting for approval on a gift shop commercial that I did last week.
Hey, Jonathan's in there this morning. All right.
Okay, I need to make that smaller because that's let me see what that does.
Oh, Aubrey's on her way home. I guess she's got it now too.
He's got what?
Your daughter.
Aubrey's sick.
Yeah, she's on her way home. I think she caught what everybody else caught in the house.
Oh,
It was
man.
just going one, but it was one of those sicknesses that it was one person at a time caught it.
Being passed around. Yep.
Kelsey had it, and then I got it, and Sarah got it, and Thomas got it, and now Aubrey's got it.
Wow.
It's all right. Might as well just get it done and over with. So usually I'm the one in the house. Everybody else will get it, and I'm the one that doesn't.
You're the one of the last ones to get it, huh?
No, I'm usually the one that never gets sick. Like the last 15 sicknesses we've had run through the house, I didn't get anything. It's the first time. What's up, Jonathan? How's it going, man? Do you have to work again tonight?
Yep.
You see how fast their hiring process is now? Like it's almost nothing anymore.
Yeah, the hiring process is really fast. It wasn't that long of a process before when I worked there before, that 23 years ago. The thing I don't like about this is it feels, or at least where I'm at, it's like I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're just trying to catch up with everything.
I'm trying to, it's like, okay, I don't know what you're okay. Well, here, you can do this here. And it's like, I know it was just my first night. And they're like, here, take this easy work and that's what you're going to do. And it's like, okay, but I want to know what will I be doing?
It's raining ice pellets now, Paul.
Plus, they got rid of the Telzons. Now they use the TC70s.
They're using their iPhones.
Scanners. Oh,
They're
they're
using
not even
iPhones.
they're not using their hand scanners no more.
Yeah, yeah,
Little ones?
Telzones are gone, like the way the Dodo and
Well, they got rid of the big tells on guns, but
Yeah.
they had these small cell phone scanners that they were using
well,
when I was there last.
now they're just taking cell phones and going through, and they have an app that they just go through, and
Yeah.
that's one cool thing is that they can go back in the back and just hit the tags on the inventory, and it tells, okay, yeah, you need to pull this to go out. You need to pull this to go out. Whereas before, you'd have to go out to the floor, check your empties, and see what inventory you had back there, and then go find it and pull it out. It's a little different way. And instead of a pulling inventory, you're pushing inventory. Is the way I envision it.
Yeah,
Hey,
the only thing you really have to monitor is just your counts.
yeah, TJ just said hi to everybody in the chat, though.
What's up, TJ?
Hey, Tej.
How's
But yeah,
this?
I'm old. Everyone there is so much younger than me. Although the kid that I was working with said that he's like, how old are you? I said, guess. And he's like, I'd guess you at 39.
Oh, look who's in the chat. Haven't seen him for a while.
Trying to butter you up there, Donald.
No, I said that sounds really nice, but you're so young that to you, 39 and 70 are the same age.
Donald walking around there like a 35-year-old last night. What?
No, I was dragging by 10 o'clock.
Well, I mean, because your old job wasn't really that physical.
Oh no, you
Well,
can
I mean,
have physical days, but I mean running a set and cameras and stuff like that, but still it's not like constant.
right. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a little different as far as just physical activity.
And it hit me today. It's like, oh crap. I lost my 4 weeks of it's just sucks starting over. I lost my 4 weeks of vacation a year.
Yeah.
That was
You'll get full-time hours, though, I'm telling you. They'll give you probably 36 to 38 hours a week. Or you'll work full-time hours and then somewhere in a 12-week period they'll cut you back a couple hours just to keep you at part-time.
uh-huh.
Because you know about all that, a 12-week thing.
Yeah, they're gonna keep you from getting benefits. Or from full benefits.
It's actually, I mean,
Marshall.
if you stay there long enough, it really doesn't matter though, because there's always people quitting. So
Yeah.
full-time positions do come open quite a bit.
And that's what I'm hoping is that
That's if you're planning on being there. I'm sure you'll probably want to move on at some point.
I don't know what to. Other than I would like to make this video business work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do have some aspirations to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that it does work out for you to be able to do what you want to do. It's always nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for is to maybe working a kill you physically job will inspire me to do something different with this. I just hope I don't end up coming home so tired that I don't have the energy to do anything else.
End up vegging out. Yep.
Well, and then one thing too is you're not going to have the same days off every week.
Starting out, I will.
Oh, they'll do because they were trying to do this thing right before I left where they were trying to give people the same days off every week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an easy, more consecutive schedule. But the first couple of months they tried it before I left, it wasn't working because just there was too many. Walmart's just a revolving door of new employees.
Yeah.
So they were always having to switch somebody's schedule to cover somebody else.
Right.
And it just ended up being a big nightmare. So I don't know if they ever actually stuck with that or not.
I don't know.
Well, I'm surprised that with your employment history, you've been working a long time, that they didn't put you on full time.
I'm guessing it doesn't count for much.
Because with your talent and skills, you'd be perfect for like a management program to where you could be like a night manager or whatever, you know?
Yeah. You'd think a degree in marketing would
Have
put
you
you.
talked to a store manager about it?
I
Or
have not
somebody
talked to
higher up?
anybody. I don't know
Let's-
who anybody is. I have not been introduced even to my direct manager yet.
See, what I would do is talk to somebody and be like, look, I got a degree. This is some bullshit. Like, I should have your job. Just go in there and demand you want to be a store manager.
Well, what you do is you find out what district your store's in, call the district manager, talk to him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mm-mm.
Not with Walmart.
No,
No, you have to go up your chain of command. Otherwise,
Yep.
they will get super pissed.
You know, when I worked there before, you get in, you do your job, and you just do it adequately or a little bit better than adequately, and you're already above everybody else.
It's not hard to get a promotion at Walmart. It really isn't. Because, like, just like Donald said, all you have to do is just perform a little better than the average person. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb at Walmart. So a lot of people just drag their ass anyway. So
Mhm. Oh,
they do the
I
bare
want one of
minimum.
those jobs up front. People standing there watching registers.
Oh yeah, the self checkout people.
All they gotta do is they're just
Uh.
standing there. Go over and every once in a while to scan their card and key stuff in. It's just really.
I don't know. I don't think you would like that. I think you'd get bored really quick. You seem like somebody who likes to be on the go a lot. Make the
Yeah,
time go by
actually-
quicker.
It's funny. I was sitting there talking to the people last night. It's like this is very deja vu because
What's up, Jody?
I used to be the overnight, an overnight support manager, and it was like I was constantly all over the store. But they're talking. It's like, yeah, I actually was here when the store was built. I was working here, and the kid's like, "Really? I think that was before I was born." I'm like, "It was." And I said, "Before that, it was a drive-in theater." Really? Yeah.
That's funny.
They did our training in a room. I was like, "Yeah, this room used to be split into two. This side was a server room, and the other side was loss prevention." And then they must have taken out the wall, and I'm just like a dinosaur walking around there. This place used to be all different. Electronics. Oh my gosh. That's another stand around job.
I loved working in electronics, so it was fun. I like doing the movie mods and electronics. That was always a fun thing to do. Because it would take like half the day and it'd kill time.
And it's not nearly as heavy as gallons of milk.
But I did like dairy too. My two favorite departments was electronics and dairy.
I swear, dairy kept me busy, especially since I'm working 1 to 10, around that 4
Summer.
to 7 mark. It's like, yeah, fill up the milk, go out, do something, come back into the cooler, and you're ready to stock milk again.
And plus in the summertime, man, that's the job to have because when you're out on the floor and you start working up a bit of a sweat, you just walk in the cooler for a couple minutes, get a nice cool off, and then you go back out, especially down here in Florida. Because even when you're working inside the store, when you're outside the cooler, you will still, start sweating.
Mhm.
Because, sometimes half the air conditioners in fucking Walmart don't work anyway. So you'll have these hot spots in the store. They get really hot. But yeah, I always liked it. I just don't like the freezer. I hated the frozen food section. That freezer was a pain in the ass. Because you get these big ass like zero degree gloves, but you can't do anything with them on.
Mhm.
And so you got to
That-
take
that-
them off, and then you get fucking frostbite on your
They
hands.
asked me if I had gloves or if I wanted to get gloves. I'm like, no. And that was just for the dairy. It's like, oh, and here no.
Well,
The
see,
only place I
dairy,
would think would be in frozen where I might want gloves, but
dairy, you can get away with a thin pair of gloves and
I-
still do your job. But
I was perfectly fine without a pair of gloves. To
But
me,
the
it felt
f-
like hiking.
the ones they give you in the frozen food section are those big, thick ass Arctic gloves, and you can't put labels on anything. You can't use the scanners. You can't do anything with those gloves on.
Mm-mm.
So then you end up taking them off anyway. And then after 15 minutes in the freezer, you come out and your hands are bright red and they hurt.
Yeah, when I was helping the kid last night in freezer, we'd go in, got about half of a load, and then went out and took a quick break to warm up.
One department that's really boring is fucking sporting goods. Oh, I hated working in sporting goods.
Oh, doing the
Fishing license
fishing
and all that
lure.
shit.
No, oh, I didn't mind. I didn't mind doing people's fishing licenses or mixing paint and hardware. That was overnight support manager. You were basically a person that did all those specialized things.
Right.
And so you're all over the store. Just that was a good job because you were always busy doing different stuff. And then in between, it was like go over and throw freight, do that kind of stuff.
Well, how long before you guys think that there'll be robots doing stocking and everything, filling?
Well, they already
never.
got robots that scan the shelves.
They got robots that scan the shelves, but
Stocking. I mean, unless it's some straight like Will Smith, what is it, the artificial intelligent type robots? Yeah,
I
don't
could
that happening.
see.
It would literally have to be a legit what you would think of a robot from the fucking sci-fi movie.
Well, yeah, it'd have to have some kind of arms or hands or
I
whatever.
mean, it would have to be
stuff
a
around.
humanoid robot. That's the only way that would be possible.
It would have to be like kind of like a vending machine.
Dude, down, bro. Jesus.
Hey, there he is,
That's a good looking man right there.
Dre Man.
Morning, good
How's it
morning.
going, Dre?
Yeah.
Too bad. Not too bad. No.
Well, Don was just telling us that he thinks that there's not the AI isn't quite there yet for having AI robots stocking shelves and stuff in supermarkets or stores.
Well, it's
Not
not
yet.
that the AI is not there. It's just the robots aren't there.
Well,
Not-
the expense of it,
Right.
I think.
Well, wouldn't it be like a one-time buy? Pretty much.
No, that'd be constant maintenance.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have multiple robots per store. You'd have to have a little small fleet
Yeah.
of them.
So if you have your different departments, say in your big box store,
What I've seen from when I did inspections, especially when I went to Amazon, because they have robots in Amazon warehouses that do certain types of work.
Mhm.
And I think that would be the hybrid of what you see even in commercial retail, where you may have robots or whatever you want to call it, automation, maybe in the rear.
in receiving it,
and receiving
things coming off
things of that
truck,
nature.
but you still have somebody on the truck,
Right.
to be
That's
throwing
why I
freight
say
off a truck.
a hybrid model where you
Mhm.
have a combination of automation and human interaction
Yeah,
going for it. But I don't think you'll just have straight robots stocking shelves out front because it's
Right.
just too much variables. 'Cause like I say, it's not so much what the store does, it's what the customers do.
Yeah.
How often do
people
you see
grab
stuff
something,
out
put
of
something back in the
place?
wrong spot.
Right.
and- yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff is out of place, all this kind of stuff. Robots have to be programmed, which is by a human being, to have things in a certain place, certain manner,
Mhm.
certain order. And the variables, for them, I mean, they can learn, but then you're talking about one robot is going to walk across the whole store to the baby aisle, you put some Pampers back, and
No.
go back over to the other side where the
Well,
food is.
But I would agree with Dre where receiving right now, and the way it was back then, and it still is a truck comes in, it backs up, and you have so much settling in a truck that you can't automate unloading of a truck, unless you're
Mhm.
automating the loading of the truck and somehow, but it's still handled there, put on a conveyor and down. But I could see right now it comes down off the truck onto these rails. You have several people running different areas. What department does it go to? And they sort it off onto separate pallets for those departments.
Yeah.
And so I could see having your barcode on that, putting it down a chute and just going pop, 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 and just tossing it off into those bins for the different departments.
But I
Yeah.
mean, the type of robots that are in Amazon's warehouses and stuff, that's not what are in people's heads. People are thinking like literally humanoid robots walking
Oh.
around. How you doing? You know, with all full length arms, opposable thumbs,
Wow.
everything.
I will say,
like that's the type of robot you would need to be that efficient in the job.
I will
that-
say that the distribution center, whenever I left the distribution center for Walmart in Bentonville, was already amazing. It looked like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. There's like conveyors going everywhere, routing
Mhm.
stuff to trucks, but still at the endpoints of those conveyors, you had people.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at a warehouse 40 years ago, 40 plus years ago, I dock loaded for Mervin's. And everything came off a conveyor above us and would kick whatever boxes need to go down to that truck. It would kick it down to if you're on that door, because usually you have 5 doors you work, and you loaded 5 trucks simultaneously doing your shift.
Yeah, well, automation is going to happen. I'm not going to see much of it in my lifetime, but
Well, it's
you
been
know,
around
a
it's
young
been
kid
around.
today in grade school,
Mhm.
his whole world is going to be changed by the time he gets to be our age.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's been around for decades already. It just now it's getting to another level. It's getting elevated to a different level. I mean, the best place to look is the automotive industry. When they show you pictures of what's going on an assembly line, which used to be
Mm.
all human interaction, now you see that hybrid where it's part human, part automation. That is where you see it more than anything else and stuff, where they work together.
You know, when you say that, Dre, what brings to my mind a kind of a chuckle in my mind. We've all seen, you know, where the big machine swings in maybe a dashboard and everything and
Right.
puts it in there, and then it waits for the human to go in there and bolt it down.
Right.
You wonder if the machine's going, "Come on, you asshole, let's get this thing done. Come on."
And like I say, you know, it's taking over certain parts. Like I say, we're speaking about automotive, where the paint process, it used to be all human, now it's fully automated.
Yeah.
The paint process, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, see, like if Henry Ford could see this these days, he'd be like, "What the hell?"
yeah, he would flip over his grave and say, "This is not what I envisioned." But once he see it work, he says, "This is probably where it should be." Because, like I say, you look at the initial startup costs of putting these machines in, but then you look at how much productivity they're putting out.
Roger, American Mariner. I have you
I
down.
mean, just like all the arms will come out and start do 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 do,
Yeah,
just going to
Spot
town.
yeah.
25.
Well, it's almost like a concert, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just not very much human interaction in that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
and
with you.
like I said,
No,
you know, it's
very little.
getting less and less, but this is where we're at. It's a hybrid model where, and like I said, the machines always still got to be, you know, verified, maintenance, checked, everything else, because like anything else, it's going to wear.
And you can't have any bit of randomization in that factory floor either.
Right.
It's
Now,
all precise every single time. And when you're interacting with like inventory, that's
Mhm.
constantly changing. So that's why this type process would not, it's a long way off for.
Yeah. Now,
I say
you
that,
talk
but look how
about-
far things have advanced in the last decade.
Yeah, well, like I say, you talk about AI now. Now, this is where the part that people talk about where the machines start building and maintenance on the machines. That's AI.
So,
Where it starts doing its own maintenance on its own self.
it's like I'll just dip the whole car.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, it doesn't look like the same automotive line from 40, 50 years ago where you saw hundreds of guys on the line all doing one little specific job. Now it's a couple guys every 100 feet on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. But that's the thing though, is no matter how experienced the humans are, they're never going to be as precise as those computers. Because those computers are going to do it exactly the same way
Yeah,
every
go
fucking
go
time.
go back just a second.
They don't have the human laziness and mistakes like humans do.
When they were all when you see the robots traveling along the factory floor,
Yeah,
those humans standing on their gray blocks, not getting off of them.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
they'll be in the way.
Yeah, it's like this is a spot that you are safe.
Interrupting the programming.
If you get off that, those robots don't know, they don't care.
Yeah. And like Paul said, and here's this lady guiding the mechanical arm to put the dash in.
But eventually they won't need her to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, her whole job is just to watch and to pull that red lever.
Right.
But like these type of jobs here, these will be automated as well.
Mhm.
They just got to get the right sensors and all that packages
Yeah,
in there.
like it comes down to, like I say, sensors, smaller maneuverable of the arms and equipment. Like I say, you still got to bolt the stuff down, so you got to find equipment that can fit in there,
Yeah.
flexible wise, and just be able to do what it needs to do.
And
Thing
this is
is-
something that we discussed years ago whenever I got my marketing degree. We were talking about technology and replacing human people.
Mhm.
And yes, some of those jobs will go away. It's the high tech or high detail jobs that are going to go away, but the human touch jobs are going to become
Right.
more in demand.
Right.
And so that's where we'll start. Everybody, of course, now wants to be a YouTube entertainer because we all have more leisure time. So what do we do with our leisure time? We watch YouTube or we watch whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's always part of the
Eventually, it'll
human,
be Wally.
the human condition is that we limit ourselves because of that so-called need of leisure time.
Mhm.
Like I can say now, if we took what we spend in leisure time and be more productive, you imagine how much more you get
Well,
done.
look at all the industries that have sprung up that are the opposite of the high tech. It is about people getting like all hiking gear, camping gear,
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
getting out and doing stuff like that.
Right.
That is an industry that didn't really exist as at scale
No.
30 years ago.
Right.
And because people have that time, they
Mhm.
are doing this other stuff. And so now you have people who have businesses where they'll act as a guide. Okay, hey, you want to go camping? You've never been camping? Sign up. I'm going to take you out on a hike. We're going to hike out 17 miles. We're going to camp halfway
Mhm.
and set up camp for the evening. And then we'll head back. I'm going to show you how to get set up camp and everything. I'll show you how to pack your gear. People are making money just doing that type of stuff. And that is a
Right.
very highly human interaction type
Yeah.
job.
Mhm.
Well, as it goes, it's going to progress. I mean, even like Paul Hodges' business is doing signs, real estate signs, things like that.
Huh.
Probably in 100 years, it'll be robot doing it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Donald, that reminds me of the new South Park episode. If you watch South Park, you got to watch
I have not
it.
watched any of the new South Park.
Okay, because they were actually talking about that, and one of the things was everybody in town was fighting over the one handyman, and Stan's dad was like, he goes, everybody's looking for a handyman. Nobody can fix shit these days. The handymans end up becoming multimillionaires because
Mhm.
everybody's
Hey, you always look when I was a kid, you always looked towards the doctors or the lawyers. Those were the people that were wealthy. They never showed you the plumber
Yep.
because he had shit on his hands. But guess who gets paid a lot of money to put shit on his hands?
Mhm.
That plumber.
Yep. As I tell folks, just as much as we need the highly educated professionals, you still need the highly experienced technical, I would say not just technical, but the mechanical individuals out there
Mhm.
that keep things running.
Yeah.
And like you say, plumbers, welders, electricians,
Oh,
carpenters
welding is
are in great demand across the country. And
welding.
schools schools
You're
are
great having the
slowly,
welders with the robots on those cars and stuff because it's a pre-done thing. But
yeah,
calling a welder out to repair a pipe,
right.
yeah, that you can't just send a robot out to do that. That's a
Right.
specialized.
And like I say, you're talking about welding in construction on
Yeah.
high-rise buildings and stuff. You can't get a robot to do that because then you got to build a whole platform for the robot to work.
Good morning, Nanya.
Just want to join for a few minutes. I only check in once in a while, as you know. Just want to say how much I needed you guys the last few days. It's been a rough couple of days. Thank you.
You're
Well, we're
welcome.
here for you, buddy.
Well, we're more than happy to send you Justin.
He's got a bad tooth. I don't want to be that guy.
Well, that's what
He's
I said.
got
We'll
more
send
than a
you
bad
Justin.
tooth.
We'll send you
Yeah.
Justin, and you'll automatically feel better.
Yeah, you're not that kind of guy, Eddie. You're not that guy.
Like they say, don't feel sorry for yourself because there's always somebody else worse off. So we'll
Yeah,
send you Justin.
That's true.
I think about
Great.
Matt all the time when I feel
You
down.
think about Matt all the time.
I
You
just
know,
want to check in for a sec because Dre's mega smart. Technology will catch up. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Will.
oh yeah, technology is going to catch up, but it was going to open up those other high touch avenues for because people are going to stay busy. We're going to do stuff,
Right.
and so
Someday you'll go to McDonald's and there'll be no one working there.
good.
It's a fact.
You can't have
It
a
will
robot
happen.
spit in your food.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a good
That's
point.
not a bad thing. Okay. I didn't think about
That's
it
a
that
good
way.
point.
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen how much a Big Mac is now?
Dude, just flat out like Taco Bell. I went there with 4 people and it was over $50. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
Fast food is crazy.
$50?
You can now go down the street, spend just a couple dollars more, and get yourself a Ruby Tuesday burger.
You know how many
Well-
tacos I can make for 50?
You know
I
the
remember
bad,
when it was 3 tacos. When I had my first job, it was a taco joint, and it was 3 tacos for $1.
but we all know that even if McDonald's went fully automated tomorrow, they wouldn't bring the prices down.
Mm-mm.
Well, we talked about that last night.
They jumped the prices when the $15 an hour thing came up.
Well, we talked about inflation last
It
night.
might actually go down, to be honest. Overall,
I don't think so.
I don't either.
you're probably right.
The companies don't necessarily like passing the savings on.
Gas
either.
goes up 5 cents, then it goes
Despite
down
what they
2.
say.
Then it goes up another 5, and then it goes down 2. Okay.
Well, what I'm saying is, as much as companies want to say they're on your side, they don't really care to pass.
Yeah.
Well, no,
that's
they're
a
on their
lie.
side.
On to you.
You
Yeah.
can't believe that. That's a
Yeah.
lie.
No, when a company says we're like family, it's like, nah, really.
Yeah, unless
They like
you're a
their
shareholder.
family, not
One time
yours.
you're a family, you're a shareholder.
I guess
Right.
It could be like
Um,
family, Donald, because family does screw you over sometimes.
Yeah,
They like their family, not yours. It's a fact.
that wasn't the one I made.
Like, you're not like my wife, but you're like my second cousin, you bitch.
No, he didn't. He did.
Uh,
All right. I'm just going to pop in for a minute. I'm going.
Okay, Eddie. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We're always
Bye,
thinking
Eddie.
about you.
Much love, brother. I might be near you soon. I need a bulb for my refrigerator, so I might have to go to Home Depot.
Oh,
So I might be in your area soon.
okay, buddy.
I ain't gonna come bug you or anything.
Well, you stay safe, my friend.
Much love.
later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too, Paul. I gotta go do a couple signs now. So I got another one just came off. So
Well, I don't know if you heard me or not, but it was just
ice pellets. Yeah.
ice pellets were coming down just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little hail.
Well,
huh?
it get better all day. So I was just watching the radar. It's gonna be nasty for a while. So
Yeah.
so anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later. I gotta go.
Okay,
Bye.
Paul.
So I
Bye.
just
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone to electronic ordering too, only at McDonald's pretty much for the most part. But you still have all those people in the back.
Mhm.
And then half the time you get the older people coming in that don't know how to use the machines, and then they have to come out and order your food for you anyway. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they do.
They don't know how to use machines. Some people just don't want to because it's a pain in the ass. My wife hates self checkout, like at Walmart. I
You know
didn't
who?
like it at first, but now I just love it because I don't have to deal with anybody.
You know who doesn't care about self checkout? Is the younger generations, and that's who they're catering to. They care less what you guys think. To be
Mhm.
honest with you, because that's the bigger generation. Because when I worked at Walmart, it was always older people that complained about self checkout. Younger people care less. They jump in that line, they get in there, they get their shit checked out, they're gone. The people that were in their 50s and 60s, they'd rather stand in line for 20 minutes just to go through the line with the person at the register.
Yep.
By that time, there was already
I'm
30
I'm
people through the
included in
self
that
checkout.
group because to me, I feel offended that I go to a store, I'm buying your product, and then I gotta, scan it, bag it myself. I said,
Shouldn't I get a discount?
where's the customer service at?
Yeah. Shouldn't I get a discount if I'm doing the work
Right.
of the cashier? Do I get a discount? Here's the thing: if you go through a cashier and they forget to scan an item,
Mhm.
they get disciplinary action. You go through self checkout and you forget to scan an item, you get the police called.
Yeah, disciplinary
Hey, you
action.
know what? I didn't have any training. Send me to training.
There you
Write
go.
me up. Do that first.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get a little offended,
Yeah.
like I say, for my generation, and me growing up in the military, that was one of the first jobs for a lot of military kids working at the base commissary.
Mhm.
They didn't get paid. All they got paid were the tips for bagging and taking the bags out to the cars. They got paid in tips only.
Mhm. Now, Dre, think about this. We could see this coming years ago when they made the automatic change machines on the registers,
Mhm.
where the kids behind the register, you hand the money, they punch it in, and it spits out the change.
Yeah, they can't
Or
even count
it tells
change.
First, it told them what the change was. That wasn't
Right.
good enough. Then it had to just start spitting out the change.
Yeah, got the little
like-
little thing comes down, little bowl, and the
Yeah.
coins come down there.
Counting back
Like I
change
say-
is a skill that the young generation has no concept of.
None at all, none at all. And
Oh,
I,
But
no,
I
don't,
go
don't
like
you
this.
think if everything is going to be rounded off in the future
Well, we're
to
going to a
even
cashless-
dollars, there isn't going to be any change?
It might be, but
No,
I mean,
we're just going to go to a cashless society. There isn't not going to be any change
kids,
or bills.
kids day. I mean, how often do they touch money? It's all
Probably-
debit card or their phone pay, their Apple
Yeah.
Pay.
Well, that's
or-
what I'm saying. Think about how digital everybody's always like, oh, we're going to digital. This is going to kill everything. I was like, well, think about it. Because I asked some of these people that have to say that argument. I'm like, where did your last paycheck go? Well, it got direct deposited. Did you pull any cash out when you spent it? No. Then you're already digital. What are you bitching about? You're literally everything you're doing is all digital. You
Mhm.
never actually held any of that money in your hand.
Now, I'll be
It's
first to
a lot.
admit, it is convenient at times and stuff. Saves me from going to the bank, but I'm like 50-50. When I pay
That's
my
right. Come to
bills,
the dark side, Dre.
no, I pay half electronically, other half I actually still write checks.
I have
There,
not.
What are
there are
those?
kids today who can't even fill out a check.
Yeah, what are checks? What are those?
Now I say, what are checks?
They're
Yeah,
how
well-
I accept payments. I don't accept payment through
Well,
online bill pay yet.
well, my whole thing is what's the reason to even have checks anymore? Why do you need them? They're kind of pointless. at
Only
this
because
time.
there's some places like when I go to pay my water bill in the city, they require a check.
Well, that's because the city refuses to update their system. That's not anybody else's
Oh,
fault.
I know what you're saying, Justin. I mean, there's places that are just now becoming digitized or automated, and so to speak. But like I say, I still have a house phone.
Mhm.
Most did now generate
No, I
like
don't.
what?
I don't
I
have
have
one
a
now.
house phone still.
I had
Uh,
one,
main
but I
reason-
don't have one anymore.
And like I say, and my main reason for that is because I know if the grid goes down, my house phone still will work. I got a phone in the garage, old style phone that will still work when the power goes out. The rest of the wireless phones in the house, they all go dead.
And Justin, I only
house
accept checks
phone?
right now.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Landline. Yeah.
That landline, house phone.
Landline.
And Dre, even your house phone, I guarantee is cordless.
I guess I have two. I said the one in the garage is old school. I say if the power goes out,
Ooh.
Direct
that one
wire.
still works.
Direct wire. Yeah.
Direct wire.
There you
that
go.
one still works. The rest of the wireless ones in the house, they go dead.
No,
That's
Justin,
'cause-
I only accept checks with Mudball Creative because it's just starting out and I've got so little money coming in that I don't want to hand off a percentage for handling the account, like paying for Square or something like that.
Why don't you just use PayPal as friends and family? It's free.
But
You only pay like a 30-cent fee.
Uh-huh.
That's what I said. That when I work with drone people and they would say, well, can we pay? I said, no, you send direct deposit to my account because I don't want PayPal getting a cut of any of my money.
Yeah.
If
You know,
I
you get-
sent you
I'm on such a margin.
$500, if
Yeah.
I sent you $500 as family and friends, I'd probably pay $1.20 as a
And like I
fee.
say,
That's
I'm
nothing.
losing $1.20.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
Justin, here's something you need to learn, Justin. If you watch the pennies, the dollars take care of themselves.
There you go.
That's an old saying. Yep.
And like I say, Justin, I had a job, $2,000 for that thermal roofing job I did for the aerospace company. They insisted that the guy said, well, we'll pay you PayPal. And I was like, I didn't really want to do it, but I said, okay, it's a big payout. So I go ahead. You know, when it's all said and done, I walk away with $19.45 because of the fees, because of the amount of money, because it goes
Because-
by how much money
that's
gets
because he sent it
transferred.
as a business.
Yeah,
transfer.
they charge a percentage of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because he sent it as a business transfer. But
Yeah,
you
well,
send
like
it.
I said, when you deal with people in business,
Uh-huh.
they handle things
That's
in
great.
business.
You're
You're not gonna get
almost
a
any reputable
corporation who's gonna
business
treat you like
has a
friends
checking
and
account.
family.
Well, that's when you require that they pay the fee as well.
No, you don't. Like I said, you don't get it. You're the one
No,
getting
no.
contracted.
If
You
you
don't
are
get to
using
demand how it gets done.
but
No.
I'm saying if you are using
You could
okay, so
you
companies
could
like
you could add on electronic transfer fee onto your bid.
yes, because companies so like sponsors for YouTube,
It would be
right?
like adding a net 20 or a net 30.
They actually so sponsors a lot of sponsors on YouTube will actually cover PayPal fees
Yeah, but don't you
when they
think?
PayPal
Don't
you.
you
So
think?
if they owe you 1,000 and it's going to cost 1,045, that's what they
Yeah,
PayPal
but
you
don't
is
you think,
1,045.
Justin, that there's enough
Hold on.
businesses out there, big businesses, that says you're going to nickel and dime me for $45? Screw you! I'll take the next bid.
No,
Yeah.
because if you charge them $1,000 to do a job, and that's the payment that they choose to use, then they need to pay the fee to
Yeah.
use it, not you. That's fair. I mean,
What you're saying, Justin, adds up to 100% makes sense, but everybody doesn't deal with it because everybody's trying to protect
Like,
their own dollars.
if Dre chose to use PayPal and then wants
Justin,
a
what
company
it comes
to pay
down
the
to
fee,
is
then
Dre
I could
and
see
I are
it being
still
an
old.
argument.
And like I say, I didn't choose to make PayPal. I
Right,
wanted
and
direct
he should have
deposit in my
paid.
account.
But if you would have known that they were going to charge that much, you could have told them, "Hey, it's going to charge me $45. I'm charging you $2,000. I want that $45." That he should have added that on there.
Now
Yeah, and I
they couldn't cut a
totally
check.
agree.
Dre, they didn't want to cut a check at all.
No, that
Yeah,
I say-
19-year-old CEO.
checks are going through the same thing as far as too much fraud, all that kind of stuff. So people like using electronic transfers, businesses and all that kind of stuff because everybody's protected on both sides.
It leaves
Yes,
a
that's
trail too.
Right. It leaves a trail. But like you say, you deal with all these different companies that want to get their little hands on whatever it is. They charge you by the amount or they charge you a certain flat fee. And that's where you can't get around it. That's why I tell folks, hey, I'll fill out a W-9 and so forth, give you my banking information, and you deposit straight into my account. And I have a separate account in another bank, another city, that most of all of my drone jobs go to that account and stuff. So it
This
doesn't get
is
mingled with anything else with any of my regular funds.
well.
Yeah,
This is why Walmart doesn't like using Apple Pay because Apple wanted to charge them 2% to use it for
Mhm.
every transaction. And Walmart was like, screw that. And I just sat back and I thought, Walmart deals with 1/3 of the population every year through their stores. And Apple and Walmart can't come up with a simple agreement to where you could use Apple Pay in their store.
Yep, but
I
when
was
you're
like, it's
talking
so
about that
stupid.
much volume, you're talking about billions of dollars.
Well, that's what
right.
I'm saying. But you think Apple would say, you know what? Yeah, 2%, as much business as you're going to bring us, you think they would drop that for a company that size a
Nope.
little bit, at least to like 1% or something?
Nope.
Well,
Like
they're
Because
thinking
they-
the other. They're
Yeah,
thinking
but
the
would you
opposite
rather
side.
make an extra? All right, say you were going to make a potential make 20 billion, but you could cut it back and give a business a break and only make 10 billion. Is it better to make that 10 billion or make nothing at all?
But the problem is, Justin, the next company, large company like that, is going to want the same deal. Then it adds up to how much are you willing to lose by not charging that 1% or 2% fee.
But this is why nobody's using PayPal. A lot of the big companies
That's my
aren't
whole
using
point. I was
Apple or
not
PayPal.
happy about it, but I was first time I worked with these people, and I'm like, okay, because I always got to think if you do, in other words, be friendly, be flexible, more work comes your way down
Mhm.
the road. Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do have to take a little bit of a loss. I wasn't happy about it, but you know what? I came back and did an additional 3 more buildings for those guys.
Yep. So it was worth the
So
$65 or whatever.
Right. So I say if I'd have put up a big old stink about PayPal, would I got a call back? Maybe, maybe not.
And that's
So
what
like I said, it's
I'm
always
thinking-
about the next job.
I have thought about next year. At the end of the year, I'm going to be reassessing stuff. My job that I just sent off, I'm waiting on approval right now. That will be the first job in the black after all my software and gear that I had to purchase to start up.
Mhm.
So at the beginning of the year, I'm thinking, okay, I am going to raise my rates a little bit, but I may switch over to some sort of electronic handling just for convenience
Mhm.
and be able to get an agency. There's a couple of agencies that may be more inclined to do business with me if
Right.
I make it easy
And
for them to do it.
that's always the thing you have to think about also is what the market that you're in, what is the most common way of
Mhm.
payment system people use?
Well, one is a really small agency. It's a husband and wife agency. And so when I ask for a check, he's like, I sent an invoice and he hands it to her. She has to go ahead and enter it in, cut the check, then
Mhm.
mail it off to me.
Right.
And so it's extra work on their side. And if I can
Yeah.
make that an easier process, I'm
Yeah.
more likely.
Hmm.
And
Like
it
I
makes
said-
it different.
like I
You
said-
sit there and think, okay, I shouldn't have to do that. But then if you know the people who are doing the work of
Mhm.
cutting that check, mailing that check, you're like, that's they're having to do work, so it's costing them as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Donald's just trying to cut jobs.
Don is just trying to cut anybody else's job except for his own.
There you go. Everybody's got to look at their own bottom line.
And like I
Yeah.
told my wife last night, that new job working there at Walmart, it is just, I'm tired. I told her, I said, you know what? I stay there, I'm gonna be in pretty good shape. It might be a good thing for me to do some exercise and get back into condition, but
Yeah.
So are
It's-
you permanently going to be working the dairy section? Is that what you're?
so far, I mean, nothing is permanent, but that's what I've been hired to do.
And you're working with a bunch of kids, right?
Oh yeah.
Donald was in there. Anybody calls me grandpa, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Technically, I am a grandpa. Actually, I'm a grandpa.
The
twice
story
over.
the story you told a little while ago, Donald, was hilarious. The kid goes, "Oh, you're old."
And you thought you're only 39?
He thought I was
I heard
only
that.
39, but like I
Wow.
said, to a kid his age, 39 is the same thing as 70.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there looking at him. I couldn't tell if he was 16 or 25. So Mm,
I think it's that drill sergeant or the sergeant from We Are Soldiers. So you do, you walk by, you say, hey, you guys call me grandpa, I'll kick your ass.
I like that movie too. So are you sick again, Justin?
I'm trying to get over it, but yeah.
He's got to have that molar pulled.
Oh.
Oh no, that was the dental work I'm gonna go get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go get a wisdom tooth pulled for sure.
His
And then whatever
daughter's
else they
his
find.
daughter's sick though today.
Oh, okay.
Everybody is sick in the house. Sarah Dan can barely even talk. Her voice is gone.
Yeah, that sounded like you about a week ago. So
Yeah, I just got a cough now, a residual cough that won't seem to go
Mhm.
away. So I'm sucking on cough drops like crazy.
well, I think I'm gonna start doing some studying in a FEMA course. So
Okay, Dre. Well,
I'm gonna
thanks
bid
for
you guys
popping
to
in.
do and
Yep.
stuff. Maybe I'll pop in this afternoon.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, you guys take
Yeah,
care.
You
I'm gonna
too.
jump off too. So I
Yep.
really want something to eat. So.
Donald's
Oh, yeah.
got something he's anxious to get to
what? How do you know?
because when you start shuffling papers and pens and stuff.
Yeah, I got that thing sent off, so it's like, okay, now I need to get a bid out to
There you go.
another somebody wanted me to go.
Okay.
They want me to drive 2 hours there, set up a GoPro 360, 3 locations, about 8 shots each location. What would that bid? It's like you're gonna pay me more to drive than you're gonna pay me to actually do the work.
Yeah.
If they're willing to pay it.
One step
Okay.
closer to not working in dairy no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's true. And I'm thinking about cutting a deal because I have no examples of work to be putting on a website or promoting stuff. It's like I might cut them a deal just so I can get some good 360 shots in a professional setting, and then start taking it around to the realtors
Use it
around
as
here.
promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, take
Why
that
you
way I
want
can-
to be able to use the footage that you're doing for them?
Yeah, just go around to realtors and say, hey, look what I did here. If you have houses, I'll get you this, make a package deal. I'll go in and get you 5 different 360 shots and maybe even incorporate an aerial if they want. Just basically make it a stack on package. And that way, any house they sell, they can mix and match.
Yeah, sounds
There you
like
go.
a plan.
If I could get, $50 a house just for going in and setting up a GoPro 360 for half an hour worth of work.
Yeah.
We'll see what the average. Do you know what the average cost is for somebody to come in and do that though?
I have no idea.
I would start looking around though, because you might be underselling yourself.
I probably am. But we'll see. I might have to research that to see if anybody's doing that
I mean,
around here.
there's tons of guys too in the drone community that do real estate. Just start asking around when you're in the chats.
Yeah.
You're like, what would
Does
you
anybody do
charge
any
for
three?
this?
Anybody
I don't know of anybody doing 360 stand
images like, yeah, doing 360
But-
images so you can just show off set it in the middle of the living room and you can just go to the website and look around the living room.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
the person
I would-
person can deal it on the screen, right?
Yep.
Like I said, I would ask around just to see what their average, that you're seeing people charge for, because a camera's a camera. So no matter what kind of shot you're doing, you can incorporate that into your total price.
Yeah,
Whether it's a
except
360
except
or
what you
regular.
got to remember too, Justin, is we live in a period where used to be maybe the agents used to think, oh yeah, I could do that. And now they say, now who can I get to do that? I'm not
Well,
doing
that's
that.
the whole point. What I'm saying is he needs to ask around. Like I said, around the drone community,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that do real estate, so
And-
you
and
can
that's
get
the
an
thing.
idea.
There's a lot of people that do it, and that's why I think it's going to be a cheap market or
I
a
would just
cheap
hate to see him
product.
undersell himself.
because the barriers to entry are not there anymore. Anybody can go out and get a 360 camera and do that. You can't really light And a lot of my expertise in shooting stuff for commercials is gone with the 360 camera because it's just set up, get out of the way, and take the shot remotely. You can't really, you can do a little bit of staging maybe, but you can't really.
But that's where the creativity comes in, because any jackass could buy a camera, but do they know how to properly set up their stage or point a camera, get the
Well,
right
that's the thing.
angle?
360, you don't do any
That's-
angles.
Well, I understand that, but you could decide, this it doesn't look good because there's too much sunlight coming in on this one side, and you could adjust the sunlight.
True.
Any
And you can
jackass
change the
could get a
position at
camera.
360. You can look through it and change position. So, okay, well, this shows you down the hallway, and there's a toilet right there in
Right,
that shot. So I don't like
exactly.
that. And
That's what I'm saying. But they're an amateur that knows nothing about cameras. Somebody like me, I probably wouldn't notice shit like that, and it wouldn't look as good as something you would do. Is what I'm saying. So your expertise does take a play in that.
I guess.
So,
But yeah, I need to get that bid put together. So
Okay.
yes, Paul's trying to end this stream, so we're going to end this stream,
All
right,
right.
Paul?
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you again later.
Later.
Bye for now.